First off, I'd like to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to those elders and apostles out there from Great Millstone who teach and rule well. A lot of respect to you brothers out there on the highways and byways preaching this truth around the four corners of the earth. And salutations to the hopeful elect that you guys may be sealed soon. And with that, this your brother Dawaba from the branch of GMS here in Chicago. Coming right back at you with a little lesson. And earlier today while I was at my job, I came across an article that was on one of the screens inside our elevators. And it sit up here and said that the egg prices will be going up. Will continuously go up in 2025. It said it wasn't going to slow down. It said it was going to continuously go up. So I was like, I didn't get a chance to look it up while I was at work. So since I'm at home, I decided to look up an article and see what was going on, and I found quite a few articles. But CBS News had one of the a lot of detail in their article, and as you see, it says egg prices are likely to shoot up even more in 2025. Here's what to know, and as you see, the article is by Anne Marie Lee, edited by Elaine Schurter. It updated on January 30, 2025 at 4:55 p.m. And as you know, that was yesterday. And it says, I'm going to read, I might read just a little bit of this, and I'm going to skip down to get to some points. So I'm going to read quite a bit of this article, but I'm going to skip down and get to some points, and I'm going to grab a few scriptures. But that's just letting you know, and just to make a quick thought on what I want on what's about to happen. You got to think about it. Eggs are an essential part of a lot of things in this world. Baking goods, breakfast. So you got to think about it. If eggs are going to continuously go up, what's going to happen? Food prices are going to go up. When you go out to eat, go buy bakery goods. Even when you go to the grocery stores and go pick up cartons of eggs, guess what? Those prices are going to hit. I went to Jewel's, and a carton of eggs was $5.99. The lowest one. The highest one was $13 for 18 eggs. The organic ones was like $10 and $8 for a dozen. You just and it's saying it's going to continuously go up. That's going to cause a lot of issues. But with that, man, let me sit up here and read some of this article. It says, at market basket locations in some parts of Massachusetts, customers are being asked to limit their egg purchases to 2 cartons per family. Another shopper on the hunt for eggs, this one in Las Vegas, reported finding empty shelves at a local grocery store. On social media, a consumer accustomed to paying around $2 for a dozen eggs expressed shock over now having to pay more than double that amount. Egg restriction shortages and record high prices are ruffling feathers at supermarkets across the U.S. as a deadly strain of avian blank continues to decimate the country's poultry flocks, to the dismay of consumers still struggling to digest soaring food costs that likely means even higher egg prices in 2025. I think eggs have felt relatively extreme over the past few months, Kip Green, co-owner and general manager of Montauk Diner in Brooklyn, New York, told CBS News. We're fortunate, though, we have a great relationship with our purveyors, with farmers, so everybody is trying to help each other out, which is lovely. Like many diners, Montauk uses hundreds of eggs a day, said Green, whether served as part of classic breakfast plate alongside potatoes, toast, or egg salad sandwich. Eggs comprise of 40 to 50% of the restaurant's menu, she said. And I'm finna jump down. It says the average price of a dozen large grade A eggs was $4.15 in December 2024, up 14% from $3.65 in November. It says federal data shows that's more than a 60% increase from the $2.51 it cost a year ago, and 160% more than the $1.41 consumers paid for the same carton in 2019. CBS News price tracker revealed. It says, and like I said, I'm gonna skip through a lot of these articles. It said, why are egg prices soaring? Behind rising egg prices and shortages is a strain of highly pathogenic, as y'all see, avian blank, known as H5N1, that killed 13.2 million commercial egg-laying hens in the month of December alone, and continues to depopulate flocks in 2025, according to USDA. Outbreaks of the blank were first detected in U.S. in 2022 and are considered to be the main driver behind the years-long volatility in egg prices. So, like if I said that wrong. And then they're going to say another thing. That was one other point. It says, oh, that's what I was looking for. Other factors. Another factor driving up egg prices, a persistent shortage of truck drivers in the U.S., a mounting problem as more drivers retire, and with fewer drivers to transport eggs to retailers, wholesalers are forced to raise shipping costs. Refrigerated truck transportation is a major pain point in the food supply chain right now. There's a shortage of drivers. Long haul trucks rates are up, and eggs are of course, are very transportation intensive. Vogt said. Even before we were dealing with the blank, the trucks just weren't there to deliver eggs in a timely fashion. So, I'm just going to sit up here and end it there. But hey, the whole point of the matter is a lot of these restaurants, 40 to 50% of their menu uses eggs, and that go and cooking and bakery goods. You got to understand, from your cookies to your cakes, your pies, your bread, anything that's pretty much in that coming to the bakery, that's eggs. So can you imagine the prices of things that's going to happen? Can you imagine what's going to happen? Hey, I'm not sitting up here saying that this is going to, you know, cause everything to happen. But what I am saying is this: it's going to cause a lot of prices to go up, and that's gonna hit a lot of people's pockets, whether they out dining or whether they going to the grocery store or whether they picking up regular cakes that's in the grocery store. All this stuff is going to go up. Bread, everything. So with that, let me sit up here and grab a few scriptures. Now, the first scripture I want to sit up here and grab, Salakia. The first scripture I want to sit up here and grab was, I had pulled up Revelations chapter 6, and I'm going to start at 5. And when he had opened the third seal, I heard a third beast say, "Come and see." And I beheld, and lo, a black horse. And he that sat on him had a pair of balances in his hands. And those balances also means a yoke. You know what? Let me look up. It's a yoke. That represents the slavery we've been in. Over here in Babylon the Great. So it says zygos or zugos or zygos, or look like zugos. I'll just say it.
Strong's G 2218, Zugas. Zugas.
Okay, so there you go, Zugas. And what does it mean? It means a yoke that is put on drought cattle, used of any burden or bondage as that of slavery. So here it is, when we came over, hey, we've been in bondage, over here, aka America, Babylon the Great, man. And this has been the worst of the worst of the worst of the bondages, point blank, period. So that's what those balances stand for. Being in bondage over here in Babylon the Great, and it's been a real harsh judgment, a real harsh punishment a real harsh chastisement from Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man, for us going off. But getting back to the scripture, it says Revelation 6:5, and when he had opened the third seal, I heard the third beast say, "Come and see." And I beheld, and lo, a black horse. And he that sat on him had a pair of balances in his hand. And I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts say, "A measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny. And see, thou heard not the oil and the wine." And that's, this truth. See not thou heard the oil and the wine. But that oil and the wine represents this truth. But what did it say? It says a barley for a penny. Now, when you look up that word penny, it goes into, I think it goes into the denarian, or the denarius. And when you sit up here, look at it, it was a Roman silver coin. It took its name from the equal, well, you know what it said. It was a Roman silver coin. And what it said, it represent a pay of a day's wages. If you look further down, I didn't want to read the whole thing. So, but you know what? Here it says it's denarius containing 10. It's a Roman silver coin. In NT time, it took its name from it being equal to 10 asses, a number after 217 BC increased to 16. It was the principal silver coin of the Roman Empire. From the parable of the laborers in the vineyard, it would seem that a denarius was then the ordinary pay for a day's wages. So just think about it, a day's wages. So the average person, could make maybe about $100 a day. So can you imagine sitting up here paying for a carton of eggs, a day's wages, $100? But that's coming. That is coming. Inflation is about to hit big time here, and this probably could be just a big part, a small part of it, because like I said before, eggs make up a lot of things, man. You use eggs for a lot of things. It's a binding ingredient, like when you make meatloaf and certain dinner foods. And then what does it do when it comes to bakery? Like I said before, for cakes, for donuts, for pies, for cookies, you use eggs for all that stuff. You know. Now there might be ways to get around it if you go vegan or something like that, but still, you use eggs for a lot of that stuff. So that could be a big that could be a big thing. Now, there was one other thing. I think it's in Kings. Yeah, it was. Second Kings. It was in Kings. I was looking for that Kings. Cause this, everything that was written aforetime was written for our learning, man. So all the things that happened in the past, man, is gonna give. Hey, what they say. What comes around goes around. It's like 2 Kings 6. So this 2 Kings 6, I'm gonna go straight to the point, because this is what happened. The siege of Samaria. And it came to pass after this that Ben-Hadad, king of Syria, gathered all his hosts and went up to and besieged Samaria. And there was a great famine in Samaria. And behold, they besieged it until a ass head sold for 80 pieces of silver, and the fourth part of a calf's dove's dung for 5 pieces of silver. So can you imagine? And that's going off eating a fucking donkey's head anyway, you know. You don't supposed to eat no fucking donkey's head. But here it is. It said 80 pieces of silver. That is 80 pieces of silver. So can you imagine paying 80 silver coins for a donkey head because you starving? Or eating some dove shit for 5 pieces. So 5 silver coins for a scoop of dove shit. Can you imagine when the time hits here? What's it gonna be like? It's gonna be fucked up, man. But inflation is coming, and we keep telling you, hey, to you so-called Black, Latinos, and Native Americans, man, hey, get your mind right, get your ass right, man. Come out of that fucking slumber, cause it's about to get rough out here, real rough. That inflation is about to kick in hard, and you know what? Hey, I hope this egg stuff fucks a lot of shit up. You know, I ain't gonna lie, I like eggs. I love scrambled eggs. You know. But the Lord got, and I'm praying that the Lord, I'm one of the hopeful elect. The Lord got us. And I believe I'm one of those people, man. I believe I'm one of those men. Salaki. It says, hey, without faith, it's hard to please him, man. And we got to have faith that the Lord got us, and that's always been in my mind, Hey, but with that, man, hey, look, man, this could be one of those things that could start a lot of problems. So with that, I'd like to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Rakakwadash, double honors to those elders and apostles out there from Great Millstone who teach and rule well. A lot of respect to you brothers out there on the highways and byways, preaching this truth around the four corners of the earth. It's how you taste to the hopeful elect that you guys may be sealed sooner. With that, I always say stay prayed up, brothers. Pray for each other because we're almost up out of here. So with that, I'd like to say Kwam Yasharella and Abba Ball and Anya Habatam Hakim. Shalom.